this.
A classic rock all-star lineup plays in Rochester for free this weekend. Members of Deep Purple, Blue Oyster Cult, and Orleans are among the musicians who will be together at the Main Street Armory Saturday night.
One of them is singer Joe Lynn Turner, who was in Rainbow and Deep Purple. Our executive producer, Mike DiGiorgio, knows more about those bands than we ever will. So he did the interview by phone.
You know, I'm trying to think. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. The last time I saw you was late 80s. You were singing with Yngwie Malmsteen, playing some clubs around here. And for the life of me, I can't think of the last time you hit the Rochester area.
You know, that's probably accurate. I really think so.
So we are way overdue then.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it, really. You know, I was up in Buffalo last weekend and started to bring back all the old memories. There were some people from Rochester, and they said they were coming down to the show.
That's terrific.
Whatever, and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, it's been on my mind.
This is a neat thing. This is an all-star rock show, and I want you to kind of explain for me. You're with Joe Bouchard of Blue Oyster Cult, John Cafferty, Robbie Dupree, and a couple of guys from Orleans who we'll talk about. Are you doing like separate sets? Each do a few songs and trade off? You all on together? What's happening?
Yeah, what we do basically is we all come out one at a time, do a couple of songs, and then it sort of turns into, I don't know about a jam, but we all come out on stage, sing back around, play percussion, whatever, and it kind of turns into a real fun time.
Okay. So you're going to end up
so
with
we all get the respect enough to come out and do a couple of our songs, and then, you know, everybody just has a heck of a good time.
How familiar are you with their work? Are you going to get...
Oh, I know.
As you mixed up,
you know, I know all these guys, and I've known them before, and I've known before I knew them, I knew their songs, and so on and so forth. They're all nice guys. They're all the great artists, and I'll tell you, we have a hoot. Really, it's a really fun time.
It's interesting to see that they've just announced that John Hall from Orleans is going to be part of this show. He's a former New York congressman.
That's right.
How many congressmen have you jammed with?
You know, I've done a lot of political things here and abroad and all that, but this, I think, is John's first time performing since he was a congressman. That's kind of an earmark.
See if he remembers what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is when I heard he was gonna be on the bill, I was like, wow, great. He's coming out of hiding, and he's getting off the political platform, and he's going to start to perform again. John's a great guy and an amazing writer and performer. So this is, again, a special event.
Let me delve into your history, because I mentioned Yngwie. You're best known for Rainbow. You were in Deep Purple for a little while. When you've got just a few songs, you know, that you're associated with, how do you pick which ones are going to be going in the set?
It's pretty difficult, you know. I mean, there's really so many songs, so that does get quite difficult. But you've got to do, in a situation like this, kind of more popular ones. You know, with Deep Purple for a while, so I toured with them for 3 or 4 years, and even some of the older songs like Highway Star and Woman from Tokyo and Smoke on the Water and all this. You know, these songs are amazingly popular. Rainbow songs, of course. So we try to pick 4 or 5 of those, you know, because we know the fans love them. You know, they live, they're classic, they're major songs. So we try to pick the top of the list.
What's your relationship like with members of Deep Purple these days, especially Richie Blackmore, who I know is a little bit off the radar?
That's a nice way to put it. Well, you know, Richie and I have been in touch, but not frequently. Richie's not that kind of guy. He never was.
You're probably most famous, I think, for the Rainbow hits. It's probably fair to say.
That's probably true, yeah.
And for putting them in a good commercial direction.
Yes.
You are the 3rd or 4th singer in Deep Purple. I'd have to have a family tree in front of me. Any job offers come over the years that we don't know about? Were there any bands you were almost in?
So there were several job offers in the day. I was in Foreigner for 2 weeks, and I was offered a Bad Company gig. And then I was offered Deep Purple, and I went with them. And of course, there had been numerous other opportunities. When Steven Tyler had broken up with Aerosmith, I got a call, but I said, no way can anybody replace Tyler.
This is the recent time. This is like in the last couple of years.
Yeah, this is recent times, but that's just too far off the charts for me.
I actually thought I'd heard the Foreigner story. I was kind of fishing because Lou Gramm is from here in Rochester too.
That's right.
And
That's
that had been talked
I
about.
remember Black Sheep. I remember that band.
Oh, yeah, and they just reunited within the last couple of weeks. Did a little
That's
benefit.
fantastic.
Yeah. As I was reading the materials that sent to us, I'm going to ask you to be a little humble here. You're well known here in the States, and we're looking forward to you headlining the show. In Europe, you are like it. There are some places where you are a superstar.
Well, that's the truth, honestly, and I mean that with respect and humility. I've been working the Russian market for about 5-6 years now. I've been playing for Medvedev, the presidents, and governors and mayors of Moscow. I did a record with Mikhail Men. He was a deputy mayor of Moscow, and so on. So, yeah, these countries are dying for this kind of rock. And to make a long story short, they're just, you go over there and you start playing, and I mean, they come out by the thousands. It's amazing, and it's very refreshing.
Are there formalities? Are there formalities to playing with dignitaries like that? You have to do the anthem first and dress them a certain way, or it's a rock and roll show.
Yeah, these guys are just rocked out. Really, look, they grew up the same age as us and things like that. So there's no formalities at all. It's just rock out.
Main Street Armory. It is this Saturday at 7. Joe Lynn Turner, Joe Bouchard.
With the Spectre All Stars. So
yeah,
it's going to be a great time.
Absolutely, John Cassidy.